global equity markets are having their worst day since 2008, the global financial crisis. Guys, it's absolute carnage out there. US equities like S&P 500, at one point today, they were nearly 10% lower. European equities are no better. The Euro Stoxx 50 is more than 10% lower in one day, guys. What on earth is going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. Coronavirus is basically scaring the pants off of everybody, but whilst we're all getting scared about coronavirus, we're all really taking in, especially today, how woeful the response to this outbreak has been from the monetary side of things and also from the fiscal side of things, okay? What markets really wanted to address the outbreak, or at least the economic disruptive elements of the outbreak, was a coordinated fiscal and global fiscal and monetary response. They wanted all the central banks holding hands and cutting rates together, all the global governments holding hands and boosting spending together. But we haven't seen anything like that, guys. The only countries where we've really seen coordinated monetary and fiscal easing together has been in Australia and the UK. Obviously, you guys, you remember that yesterday Bank of England cut rates by 50 basis points and we had the UK budget which boosted spending. In Australia, their Prime Minister announced 20 billion in spending and the RBA also cut the other week. But in other countries, like the US and the Eurozone, we are nowhere near getting any kind of coordinated response. Take the US, for example. At the moment, I'm literally seeing it on Twitter, US politicians from the Republican and the Democratic side bickering over what this fiscal stimulus is going to look like. The Republicans, they just want tax cuts, tax cuts, tax cuts. Whereas the Democrats, they want money going to the more vulnerable people for health insurance and stuff like that. So it looks like they're not going to come together and be able to agree on any kind of fiscal stimulus, which is just shocking. And the Fed is just, I mean, obviously the Fed is easing because they need to, but they've just had to go it alone. Remember the other week they cut rates and no other central banks joined them? It's not been a good response out there, guys. And that, I think, has really been hitting home today and giving people even more fear than they already had, which is why we're seeing downside in equities. Guys, I'll go into more detail in the blog below. Please check it out and check out our membership at Freak Network. That is pretty much it from me for now, and I'll see you in the next one.